5 of the top 10 finishers have Mercedes engines. Third, fourth, Vettel in sixth, Daniel and Lando eighth and ninth, which is quite interesting, I think. The different philosophies of car, they're so different, aren't they? The Mercedes cars, the McLaren cars, and that guy in the middle. Let's talk about Aston Martin and Sebastian Vettel, because that's a somewhat surprising result for the German, isn't it, Alex?
Absolutely. I mean, and it wasn't a fluke, because he was quick in qualifying as well, firmly put it in the top 10. And yes, the car is not that bad. I think Stroll made it look a little bit bad by crashing in qualifying, not getting out of Q1. But Vettel also, I think, did a great job this weekend. I mean, there's been a few times over the last couple of years where I've been a bit critical of Vettel because, he's made mistakes, especially when he was with Ferrari in the championship fight, not quite putting it together. It definitely hasn't seen the Vettel of the old in the Red Bull days. But this weekend was a really great, solid result by Vettel. Okay, you just, 5 Mercedes in the top 10, but I think that's flattered a little bit because there were a lot of Ferraris not finishing races today. But it was really nice to see Vettel strong. And I think if he can go on a run, maybe get 2 or 3 races with this sort of performance again, that'll do a world of good for his confidence.
Steve, you're a man with statistics, but I don't know if you know this one. He's finished, this is Sebastian Vettel, in the top 6 in every Grand Prix we've had at Baku so far. You probably knew that. But the thing I want to highlight, actually, that I almost forgot, was that on lap 13, Sebastian Vettel did a spin turn, having gone off the track, trying to overtake Esteban Ocon for 9th. And I wonder whether, I don't know whether anybody knows the answer to this, whether anybody has scored points after doing a spin turn during a Grand Prix. And there surely should be points for style. There should be an extra point for somebody who does something as cool as that, no?
Well, as he did it, I actually thought that was style, because he knew he'd outbraked himself. He went straight for the escape road, and he actually had set up that spin turn before he got to the escape road. He got himself into the position so he could spin the car around. And if he hadn't had to wait for Tsunoda, I think it was, Yuki Tsunoda, he would have come out even quicker. And I thought, actually, in terms of contingency planning, you just saw a caption whiz up there about my aviation activities. Big thing in aviation is planning contingencies. His contingency planning was awesome. And actually, it set it up. It was around about half distance, if I remember rightly. He got back onto the tail of lap 26 with Esteban Ocon. And again, he set it up absolutely perfectly. Ocon was defending brilliantly. Talk about the term elbows out. Wow. And Sebastian Vettel just set him up brilliantly, sent him one way, sent him the other way, and put the manoeuvre on him. And the end result is on the results. Esteban Ocon scraped in with the championship point. Sebastian Vettel came home in 6th in a car, of course, where his teammate was the last car running. So. Okay, it may be that there was some serious problems for Lawrence Stroll's car in the race, but the fact is that Vettel can still produce that sort of performance. He's not always been on the ball. He sometimes appears to lose motivation in a race, but this one was one of his good ones. And actually, this track, he's a bit of a Baku specialist. I don't think he's been outside of the top 6 in any of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Just a kind of quick, Alex, a quick Aston Martin. Seb seems to be kind of slightly back on form. Lance Stroll maybe lacking in luster. How do we feel about Aston Martin overall at the moment? This, 8 races into the championship.
Yeah, I mean, Aston Martin, when the preseason testing, they looked pretty good, right? So we thought that was a pretty decent car, but then they went a bit quiet. Occasionally, you'd see them go quite quickly. So there is pace in that car, but maybe they're just struggling to extract it on a consistent basis. And a little bit of Vettel magic certainly helped this weekend. Can they be consistent though? And this is something which we've talked a bit before, which is, when you're a midfield team trying to push and get back to the front, you really need 2 drivers, 2 strong drivers to kind of drive each other on and push each other on. And Stroll, I don't want to say anything too bad about him because, let's not forget, he can be very quick. He's been quick in the wet. He's had a pole position, he's a really good driver. But I don't know if he has the consistency. I don't know if he has the drive that would complement someone like Vettel, and I just can't help but feel that Aston Martin would do better with really 2 young chargers, perhaps, or maybe another one young charger to complement Vettel.